At 2:15 a.m. in steamy Chicago, my boss's desperate text lit up my phone. Need help, awake. We weren't friends, but opening the door, his eyes devoured me with raw, forbidden lust, a hidden gay desire we'd both denied for months. This wasn't work, it was the spark of an intense affair unveiling savage betrayals, family banishment, and the brutal war for identity in a cruel, unaccepting society. It was a humid August night in Chicago when Ethan Hayes, a 28-year-old junior analyst, jolted awake to his phone's buzz the message from his boss Alex Rivera 42. And the unyielding head of their finance firm read, "Simply need help awake." Ethan stared confused. They exchanged emails and nods in meetings. Nothing more. Alex was known for his ironclad professionalism, a man who commanded respect but shared nothing personal. Before he could respond, a hesitant knock sounded at his door. He opened it to find Alex standing there, shirt rumpled, face etched with exhaustion. No words at first, just Alex stepping inside, collapsing onto the couch. "I couldn't be alone tonight," Alex muttered, his voice cracking for the first time Ethan had ever heard. Ethan handed him a glass of water, sitting nearby, carefully, not too close. "What is wrong?" he asked softly. Alex hesitated, his fingers gripping the glass tightly like it was a lifeline. Then he confessed, "It was a heated argument with my brother that reopened old wounds years ago when I came out as gay to my conservative family. They cut me off completely. They called me a disappointment, a failure, urged me to go to therapy to fix what they saw as a sickness. I have built a life of isolation, since then burying my identity under layers of work and pretense. Tonight the loneliness hit harder than ever before. I did not know where else to turn." Ethan listened, his heart aching with empathy. He had faced his own rejections in the past, a college crush who ghosted him. After whispers of homophobia spread through their circle of friends, leaving him feeling exposed and unworthy, they sat in silence for a long moment, their hands brushing, accidentally sparking an unspoken connection that sent a shiver down Ethan's spine. Alex left after 30 minutes, whispering a quiet thanks. But the encounter lingered, pulling Ethan into uncharted emotional territory. He lay awake, replaying the vulnerability in Alex's eyes, wondering if this was the beginning of something deeper. Fleeting moment of desperation. The next day at the office, overlooking the shimmering waters of Lake Michigan, Alex acted as if nothing had happened, brief, professional, curt. But Ethan caught a fleeting glance charged with vulnerability that made his pulse quicken. That night another text came. "Can't sleep. Can I come over?" Ethan agreed without hesitation. And Alex arrived, sharing more about how societal expectations had forced him into a sham marriage years ago that ended in a painful divorce, amplifying his family's scorn and leaving him even more isolated. Their talks deepened over the hours. Ethan revealed his own fear of being out at work, worried about judgment in their competitive field, where stereotypes about gay men being too emotional or unprofessional still lingered. Alex admitted he had been admiring Ethan's quiet strength from afar for months now. Tension built as their meetings became routine, each visit peeling back layers of hidden pain. But whispers of doubt crept in. Was this real or just Alex's temporary escape from his demons? Ethan reflected on his own journey, growing up in a suburban family with traditional values. He had always known he was different, but coming out in high school led to awkward silences and distant relatives. College brought more hurts, friends who drifted away, dates that ended abruptly, and that unrequited love that left him questioning his worth. Sharing these stories with Alex felt cathartic, like finally being seen. Alex delved into his backstory, the bullying in school for being too sensitive, the family prayers to cure him, the therapy sessions that reinforced his shame rather than alleviating it. These revelations brought them closer, their hands lingering longer, the attraction suppressed but palpable. The office dynamic shifted subtly. Alex assigned Ethan to more prominent roles, their interactions laced with an undercurrent of intimacy. Colleagues noticed the rare smiles Alex directed at Ethan, but dismissed them as nothing. Yet societal pressures mounted. Alex received a call from an old friend that stirred up rumors about his private life, bringing unwanted scrutiny in the cutthroat world of corporate America. One particularly intense night. Alex described the night of his disownment in vivid detail, the shouting, the tears, the door slamming shut forever. Ethan placed a hand on his shoulder, feeling the tension in his muscles. The gesture was meant for comfort, but it ignited a spark of desire. Alex looked up, their eyes locking in a moment that spoke volumes. He pulled back slightly. "I should not burden you with this," Ethan replied. "It is not a burden. I want to be here for you." The air thickened with possibilities, the emotional depth growing between them. As dawn approached, Alex paused at the door. "You have given me something I needed, someone who sees me truly." Ethan nodded, his heart a mix of hope and fear. Their evolving friendship carried the hint of something romantic, but the questions swirled in Ethan's mind. What if this was too risky? What if Alex retreated again? The pull was undeniable, their bond strengthening, setting the stage for the challenges ahead in their journey towards self-acceptance and love. Over the following weeks, they met more frequently, each conversation reflecting deeper into their pasts. Alex spoke of his attempts at therapy in his younger years, how the counselor pushed him to phase out his attractions, leading to rebellion and eventual affirmations that he denied himself for so long. Ethan shared how the rumors from his former crush led to isolation and missed opportunities in his early career, making him guarded, their hands habitually intertwined during these talks, a symbol of their united front against loneliness. The external world remained judgmental. An article in the news about workplace discrimination mirroring their realities. These nights blurred into a sanctuary of understanding, their bond becoming a beacon of hope amid the storms of betrayal and scorn that were yet to come. Ethan found himself thinking about Alex during the day, the way his voice softened in vulnerability. The rare laugh that escaped when he felt safe, it scared him, this growing attachment in a world that often punished such connections. But for now, in the quiet of his apartment, they were just two men finding solace in each other's truths. Weeks passed and their late-night visits evolved into a fragile but profound bond, serving as a sanctuary from the outside world. Alex opened up about his youth in a small Midwest town, where being gay meant enduring whispers behind his back, bullying in school hallways, and eventual exile from his community. His family, devout and traditional, viewed his orientation as a sin, leading to years of therapy sessions that left deep emotional scars. They said, "I was choosing this life," Alex recounted one night, his voice trembling with the weight of memory. "But it chose me. I could not change it, no matter how hard I tried." Ethan shared his own story of moving to Chicago in search of freedom, only to face unrequited love from a coworker who, upon learning of Ethan's feelings, spread malicious rumors, costing him friends and trust. "It felt like betrayal from someone I thought understood me," Ethan confessed, the pain still fresh. Even after years, Alex nodded empathetically, their hands linking intentionally, now a silent vow. Against the isolation they both knew too well. At work, the tension mounted. Alex assigned Ethan a high-profile project, their interactions laced with unspoken intimacy. Colleagues noticed subtle changes, Alex's rare smiles toward Ethan, but dismissed them as mere collegiality. Yet societal pressures loomed large. Alex received a call from his estranged sister, condemning him anew after hearing rumors of his lifestyle through mutual friends. "You are embarrassing us," she spat, her words cutting like knives. Ethan faced his own demons at a family dinner where his parents hinted at grandchildren, oblivious to his truth coming out seemed impossible. Fearing rejection, similar to what Alex had endured, their connection intensified with each meeting, but seeds of doubt were planted. Alex pulled back one night, saying, "This could ruin us both if anyone finds out." Ethan felt the sting of potential unrequited love, wondering if Alex's fears would shatter what they were building. As conflicts escalated, Alex's ex-boyfriend, Mark, resurfaced via email, threatening to out Alex publicly unless paid off. Mark, bitter from their secret breakup years ago, embodied betrayal born of internalized shame. Alex confided in Ethan, his panic rising. "If this gets out, my career, my life, everything will be gone." Ethan urged resilience, but the threat amplified their struggle against a world quick to condemn. To cope, they dissected their pains in greater detail. Alex recalled specific incidents from therapy where he was forced to recite affirmations, denying his true self, leading to nights of self-loathing. Ethan spoke of his history with Mark, not yet knowing the connection, how their flirtations turned sour with rumors that isolated him and planted seeds of doubt that lingered for years. Societal stereotypes weighed heavily on them, in their industry whispers about gay executives being seen as weak or prone to impropriety made advancement harder. Ethan read an article on discrimination that mirrored their realities, fueling his protectiveness. He began gathering subtle proof against potential threats, becoming more active in their resistance. One evening, after a tense call with his sister, who reiterated her stance of no contact unless he changed, Alex arrived at Ethan's door more broken than ever. They talked for hours, Alex admitting how hiding had eroded his soul piece by piece. Ethan shared a similar experience from high school when a friend was outed, accidentally leading to bullying that made him hide deeper. Their empathy bridged gaps, their hands clasping tighter as the night wore on. But Mark's shadow loomed larger, his latest message demanding a meeting, signaling the tide was turning. The pressure built, Ethan experiencing personal growth. Meeting Alex had forced him to confront his suppressed emotions and the unrequited loves that had made him guarded. Alex acknowledged Ethan's role in his awakening, how he listened without judgment. Their connection was fraught with potential, but hope flickered amid the adversity. Doubt persisted. Was Ethan just a confidant, or was there romantic intent? The tender glances suggested more, but the pullbacks revealed insecurities. In quiet nights, they dissected the roots of their shame, the therapy that reinforced it, the societal norms that suppressed expression. Their bond, hands symbol of a united front, grew stronger, yet fragile. One night, Alex shared a memory of a brief relationship in college, crushed by family intervention, leaving him heartbroken. Ethan countered with his own tale of a date that ended when his partner succumbed to societal pressure. Their stories intertwined, weaving a tapestry of shared suffering and resilience. As Mark's threats intensified, they planned subtle countermeasures, Ethan researching legal options for blackmail, Alex opening up about past attempts to reconcile with family, all failing. Their conversations turned philosophical, discussing how LGBT individuals often internalize condemnation, leading to self-sabotage. Ethan felt a surge of affection watching Alex, vulnerable yet determined. It was in these moments he realized his feelings were deepening beyond friendship. The hidden struggles mounted, family calls becoming more frequent, office glances more charged. They navigated this minefield together, their secret meetings the only place where they could be authentic. But the storm was brewing, Mark's betrayal about to unleash a wave of conflict that would test their bond to its limits. Ethan lay awake, After one visit pondering the risks, was loving Alex worth the potential heartbreak? The answer in his heart was yes. Fear lingered, a constant companion in their journey toward truth. The blackmail escalated dramatically, turning their fragile world upside down. Mark leaked hints to Alex's family, reigniting old condemnations that had lain dormant for years. His brother called furious. "We knew you would drag us down again. Stay away from us all." Alex arrived at Ethan's door, shattered, the weight of societal judgment crushing his spirit. "They think I'm a monster," he whispered, his voice barely audible over the pain. Ethan held him, offering comfort in the silence that followed, knowing words could not erase the hurt. Office rumors swirled when an anonymous email circulated implying Alex's inappropriate interest in staff. Colleagues whispered, some supportive but many judgmental, reflecting broader stereotypes that gay men could not lead professionally without scandal. Ethan defended Alex subtly in conversations, but felt the isolation acutely. His own family, upon hearing vague work drama, pressed him to stay focused, their words unknowingly echoing homophobic undertones that made him question everything. In a shocking twist, Ethan discovered that Mark was his unrequited crush from years back, now twisted by resentment and self-loathing. The betrayal hit hard. Mark had used Ethan's past vulnerability to track Alex, and now taunted him in a message. "You were weak like me," he said, demanding silence or face exposure. The connection between past and present amplified the pain, making Ethan relive the rumors that had once destroyed his confidence. Tension peaked as Alex considered paying Mark off. Protect them both, but Ethan refused, feeling that their love might be unrequited if Alex chose hiding over fighting. "If you run, what am I to you?" Ethan challenged, his voice breaking with emotion. Alex hesitated, torn between fear and desire, the conflict exposing their raw struggle for self-acceptance amid betrayal and societal scorn. To navigate the chaos, Ethan researched ways to handle blackmail, documenting everything for potential legal recourse. Alex shared more about his past with Mark, their secretive relationship conducted in shadows due to Alex's closet, ending in bitter arguments fueled by Mark's internalized homophobia. Ethan recounted his history in detail, the flirtations that turned vicious, the rumors that isolated him, the self-doubt that followed. For years, having a shared enemy bonded them further. But Mark's threats grew bolder, hinting at public posts and media leaks, societal pressures amplified with news stories about outed executives losing jobs mirroring their fears. Ethan endured family gatherings where subtle hints about his single status reminded him of the conditional love he could lose. Colleagues' whispers evolved into direct questions, forcing Ethan to deflect awkwardly. One night, Alex broke down, completely admitting how the therapy his family forced on him had convinced him he was broken for years. Ethan countered firmly, "You are not broken, you are human and deserving of love." Their embrace, though platonic, was charged with the electricity of unspoken feelings, a beacon in the darkness. As Mark's deadline approached, Ethan felt the sting of possible unrequited feelings. Alex's hesitation, suggesting his fear might overpower their love. In quiet moments, their touches lingered, whispering promises of more. But the conflict added layers, betrayal from loved ones, stereotypes labeling them as other, the constant fight to claim their identity. Ethan urged Alex to seek therapy, not to change, but to heal from the trauma. Alex agreed tentatively, a small step towards self-acceptance. The office became a minefield. An HR inquiry into the anonymous email added stress, but supportive colleagues emerged, sharing their own stories of discrimination, fostering a sense of solidarity. The broader world of condemnation loomed large. Online forums debated similar cases, with harsh judgments fueling their resolve. Ethan strengthened his commitment, vowing not to let betrayal win. The confrontation with Mark became inevitable, a path fraught with emotional landmines that would test their bond to its limits. Internal monologues intensified. Ethan wondered if his love was truly reciprocated, or if he was merely a convenience for Alex. Alex battled his demons, the echoes of family rejection ringing in his head, societal norms suffocating his every breath. Mark's betrayal symbolized larger struggles in the LGBT community, where internalized hate often turned outward, destroying lives. They planned the confrontation, carefully gathering evidence and preparing for fallout. Alex's sister called unexpectedly, her tone softening slightly, admitting her ignorance about his pain. It was a spark of hope amid the turmoil, but his brother remained adamant, unyielding in his prejudice. Ethan's parents inquired more about his work, hinting at concern, unknowingly pressuring him toward conformity. As the days ticked by, the tension was palpable, their nights filled with discussions about the future, dreams of a life unburdened by fear. Hands held tightly, they found strength in vulnerability. The twist of Mark sending an old photo of Alex as proof of their past escalated the urgency. Ethan comforted Alex during a panic attack, his presence solidifying their commitment. The climax built with self-doubt peaking. Alex questioned if he was worth loving. Ethan reassured him, "Your past does not define you, you do." Those words resonated, forging a determination to face the storm together, defying the odds stacked against them in a society that too often turned a blind eye to their pain. The confrontation arrived swiftly, a turning point in their tumultuous journey. Ethan and Alex met Mark in a neutral cafe, discreetly recording the exchange. Mark sneered, "Society does not want people like you." Empower, his words dripping with venom. But Alex, drawing strength from Ethan's unwavering support, refused the payment. "I am done hiding, expose me, and I will own it. Every part of who I am." Mark backed down, exposed as the aggressor when they threatened legal action for extortion, his face paling as the reality set in. Alex then faced his family, inviting them to tense dinner where emotions ran high. "I have fought to be myself despite your rejection," he declared, his voice steady. For the first time, his sister softened, admitting regret for her harsh words. But his brother stormed out, facing his own isolation. As the family divided over the issue, the encounter highlighted the deep pain of condemnation. Yet Alex stood firm, embracing his identity. With a newfound resolve, Ethan confronted his unrequited past with Mark, realizing it stemmed from Mark's self-hate and unresolved issues. "Your betrayal says more about you than me," Ethan said, finding closure in the words that freed him from lingering shadows. Their bond deepened amid the chaos, hands held tightly, as they navigated the workplace fallout where supportive allies emerged, challenging the stereotypes that had plagued them. The climax revealed Alex's deepest fear, losing Ethan to the turmoil. "I love you, but I cannot drag you down with me," Alex admitted, his eyes filled with tears. Ethan reciprocated, "We are in this together, our love stronger than the storms." The emotional peak underscored their fight against unrequited doubts and societal barriers, forging an unbreakable resolve. Building on the momentum, they consulted a lawyer to formalize complaints against Mark, ensuring he could not resurface to harm others. Alex began therapy with a supportive counselor who affirmed his identity rather than questioning it. Ethan joined occasionally, the sessions resurfacing his own traumas but providing mutual healing. Their relationship evolved with small gestures like shared lunches at work, building confidence in their connection. Workplace allies grew. A diversity group formed, inspired by the resolution of the rumors. Stereotypes were dismantled through open discussions, promoting inclusivity within the firm. Alex's family dynamics shifted, his sister making regular calls, apologetic and seeking to bridge the gaps. His brother in isolation prompted reflection, hinting at future reconciliation, though it would take time. Ethan's confrontation with Mark led to an unexpected empathy. Mark admitted his actions were born of fear and promised to cease, though trust was forever broken. The closure allowed Ethan to fully embrace his feelings for Alex, free from the ghosts of the past. Their love, once tentative, bloomed in the adversity, a testament to their resilience. The emotional intensity peaked during a quiet night when Alex recounted his coming out in excruciating detail. The family screamed. Therapy horrors, the endless loneliness that followed. Ethan listened, sharing his college heartbreak fully, tears flowing freely for both. In that vulnerability, they found strength and embrace, symbolizing their victory over scorn and self-doubt. Legal proceedings against Mark progressed with consequences looming large, a moral reckoning for his actions. Alex gained confidence, speaking out subtly at work events about inclusivity, inspiring others. Ethan took to journaling, processing his emotions and growth. Their bond strengthened through small travels, exploring Chicago together, building memories away from the chaos. Family progress continued. Alex's mother reached out, expressing love despite differences, a small but significant step. Ethan's parents, hearing indirectly about his challenges, asked questions, opening a dialogue that promised understanding. Societal shifts occurred within their firm, policies updated to better support LGBTQ employees, reducing the fear that had once dominated. The climaxes after brought celebration and small victories, a dinner with allies toasting their perseverance. Alex whispered, "I never thought this was possible." Ethan replied, "We made it happen, our love the anchor." Their resolve solidified, ready to face future challenges together. In reflective moments, they discussed how betrayal had nearly broken them, but instead catalyzed change. Alex admitted therapy was helping unpack decades of shame. Ethan found peace in writing his experiences, sharing anonymously to help others. Their everyday acts, cooking together, walks along Lake Michigan, discussing dreams without fear, deepened their intimacy. The journey was not over. Societal condemnation still existed, but they had tools now, support networks, and each other to weather it. The confrontation had not just resolved a crisis, it had transformed them into advocates for their own happiness, inspiring those around them to question stereotypes and embrace authenticity. In the aftermath, consequences unfolded, morally ensuring justice was served. Mark's extortion attempt backfired spectacularly, reported to authorities. He faced charges, losing his job and credibility, a stark lesson on the harm of betrayal driven by hate. Alex's family splintered further. His brother, isolated by his intolerance, sought therapy, eventually apologizing in a tentative outreach, hinting at reconciliation, though it would be gradual. Society's judgment eased as the firm implemented inclusivity training, turning whispers into voices of support, fostering a more accepting environment. Ethan and Alex embraced self-acceptance fully. Ethan came out to his family. Though initially shocked, they grew to understand, offering tentative acceptance that blossomed over time. Their relationship blossomed quietly, no longer hidden, symbolizing triumph over stereotypes and fear. Late nights now held promise rather than pain, hands intertwined as they built a future grounded in authenticity. The story ends with hope. Love, when fought for, defies condemnation. Ethan reflected, "We did not change the world, but we changed ours," leaving viewers emotional and inspired to embrace their truths, knowing perseverance brings light amid darkness to solidify their growth. They joined local LGBTQ support groups, sharing their story anonymously to help others navigate similar paths. Alex's therapy progressed, unpacking layers of shame, allowing him to live more freely. Ethan found peace in writing his experiences, turning pain into purpose. Their bond deepened through everyday acts, cooking meals together, long walks along Lake Michigan, discussing dreams without the shadow of fear. Firm changes had broader impacts. Employees felt safer, coming out, reducing turnover and boosting morale. Alex's family reconciliation advanced with holiday invites extended, cautiously testing the waters of forgiveness. Mark, under legal repercussions, entered counseling, a silver lining in his downfall, perhaps leading to his own healing. The tale illustrates how betrayal and rejection can catalyze profound transformation. By choosing authenticity over hiding, they not only survived, but thrived, offering hope to those battling similar norms and fears. Community involvement grew. They volunteered at Pride events, advocating for rights and visibility. Alex mentored young professionals, sharing wisdom on navigating the corporate world as a gay man, emphasizing resilience and self-worth. Ethan pursued hobbies like photography, capturing moments of joy and connection that had once eluded him. Family bonds mended slowly. Alex's sibling dinners rebuilt trust through honest conversations. Ethan's parents visited, meeting Alex and warming to him gradually as prejudices faded. Societal acceptance broadened, with news highlighting positive LGBTQ progress, inspiring broader change and reflection. Ethan and Alex acknowledged how their journey, filled with hardships, betrayals, rejections, and stereotypes, had built unbreakable resilience. Their love story proved that vulnerability is strength and hope endures even in adversity. Viewers, take away: the journey to self-acceptance is worth every step. Support from loved ones is key, and true love conquers all, leaving an emotional response that lingers, inspiring action toward positive change in their own lives. They continue to nurture their relationship with date nights, exploring the city's hidden gems, laughing at shared jokes that lighten the weight of past traumas. Alex, promoted to a role where he could influence policy, advocated for diversity initiatives. Ethan advanced in his career, no longer hiding his identity, finding fulfillment in authenticity. Their story became a quiet legend in their circles, whispered as inspiration to those still in the closet. The moral perpetrators face consequences, but redemption is possible through growth and accountability. Hope prevails as they look to the future, planning trips, dreaming of a life where love was not forbidden, but celebrated. In the end, their affair, born of desperation, evolved into a profound partnership, a beacon for others in the fight against unacceptance.